pleasure of talking today of Once a Rainbow. Let's go through these now. Rainbow, La Paz, Tank, Cornerstone,
Midnight Blue, Yngwie
Malmsteen, and now with Michael Schenker's Temple of Rock, Doogie White.
Hello.
Thank you very much for talking to us today, Doogie. It's a pleasure. You're currently on the Spirit on a Mission UK tour, 6 dates in. How's the tour gone so far?
Well, as far as I'm aware, 5 of the 7 shows have sold out, which is great news. We're really pleased with that. I don't know.
I'm sure you've played 6 so far tonight.
You'll know better than me. But they've been doing really well. This morning we had 40 tickets left for the London show. Manchester, I don't know how well that's doing. Liverpool wasn't sold out, but it was pretty stuffed, and the rest of them have all been sellouts, which is great. Fantastic. Because it means that people are getting it. It's a slow build, It's a slow build, even though we have there's a great rock history with all the guys that are in the band.
Absolutely.
People are now coming to understand that Temple of Rock is a band in its own right, and it's not a cover band of UFO or the Scorpions or MSG. We have 2 albums now, so we're playing 6 songs from that. We do 20 songs in the set. So we do a selection from UFO, a couple from MSG, 3 from the Scorpions, and then we have a good healthy dose of the Temple of Rock stuff, which is really pleasing for me.
You say you play 3 Scorpions songs, you play 2 from the Love Drive album, don't you, which Michael played on, but you also do Rock You Like a Hurricane, and did Michael actually play on that?
Honestly, I don't know the history of this.
I
don't have any sort of history with the Scorpions or knowledge of it at all. But I know that Herman, I think Rock You Like a Hurricane was the biggest hit for the Scorpions. And Herman wrote the lyrics, played the drums, and Francis played the bass on it. And I think that's why Michael doesn't play the guitar solo on it. I think that's why Wayne does it.
Right.
And it's the same with Blackout. We do Blackout as well. I don't know whether Michael played on that or not, but I know that Wayne plays the guitar solo in that as well.
Right, that's probably the reason why. Were there any dates that you were particularly looking forward to before the tour started? Obviously you're Scottish from Motherwell, aren't you? You played Edinburgh and Inverness.
Well, we did Edinburgh. It was a different venue this time, which was interesting because we walked in and it's council run, the Assembly Hall, the Queen's Hall in Edinburgh, and it's council run and it's very paper film, foreign film, hard hats and steel toe cap boots. But it was brilliant, and the people there were so nice, and they just because they're used to chamber orchestras or quartets and things like that. And so it was a bit different for us, but it was absolutely jam-packed, and they loved it, and we had a great time. We'll pretty much go and play anywhere. If it makes sense, we'll go and play, and we enjoy it because we enjoy playing together, and we enjoy playing the songs that we're playing, and so we go in with no expectations and are always hugely happy and surprised when the audience react to it the way they've been reacting to it, because it's been really, really good. And we played here recently with Judas Priest, and I kind of like that because you're not playing to a partisan audience. We were playing to Priest's audience, and we got them every night. Because we've got 3 guys that were in major bands and have got major reputations, and Wayne and I are still, even though I'm 55 now, I'm still a cheeky upstart, and I still like to get out there and get into people's faces and bring people into the show and get everybody involved in it, and that's where my enjoyment comes from. I love the singing and I love the songs, and I love to get the audience to be part of it.
Do you feel more affinity, like say when you're in Scotland, do you feel more affinity to the audience there, or is it just the same everywhere?
Well, I get away with a wee bit more. I get a wee bit more leeway. It's especially when you're in English-speaking countries where that's the natural language. Then I can have a bit more of a chat with them when there's guitar changes or if there's something going on than you can say in Brazil or Argentina or Japan, because it has to flow there because they don't get it.
Yeah.
Unless you're, you know, and I don't do the come on, you know, that's just not me. You know, it's I like to try and engage them and have fun. So I enjoy it all. I mean, I knew that I was there in Scotland because I could look out and I could see a couple of guys I went to school with. You know, so you know, it's always good.
Excellent. We're treated to 5 songs from the new album, Spirit on a Mission, on this tour.
Yeah.
Do you think that's testament to how good the album is, that you can play 5 songs from this album within a fantastic, amazing canon of music to choose from? Because you've got all the UFO stuff, all the MSG stuff, all the Scorpion stuff, and you can still fit 5 songs off the new album in there.
Well, I think the idea is that we have to do that. I mean, we're always going to have to play those classic songs that you're mentioning, or variations thereof, because there's a wealth of stuff to pull from.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it is Templar Rock, so we have to go out there, and you don't know. I mean, whenever I write an album, and I've been writing albums for a long time, and never get to go out and play them. But I always write for the live arena in the hope that when you take these songs out, that people will get involved with them.
Yeah.
And a good way of getting the people involved is you need to make a video so they can see it on YouTube. That's what they do, because a lot of people don't buy the albums now. And so we've noticed with Good Times and Rock City, people don't know them because there's no accompanying videos to go along with them. But they'll get used to them once there's sort of, you know, that guy with a camera and that guy with a camera and this guy standing right in front of me with a camera pointed at it. You know, they put it up on. But the funny thing is, and that's what gets on my go, is that they come and they film Doctor Doctor, and then the second song is Live and Let Live, which is the new song.
Yeah.
And they stand and reviewing it with his mate, saying, Doctor's great, look at that, look what he does there. And that drives me crackers. You know, I mean, you're not going to be able to stop people filming. I mean, you're not. But go at the back.
Yeah.
You know, go at the back, stand at the back out the road. Don't get in the way of people that have paid good money to come and see the band. But then when they're reviewing it, you know, so they'll film Doctor, then they won't film Live and Let Live, and then the next one up is Lights Out. They'll film that, and then they'll watch that and not listen. You know, it drives me crazy. But to answer your question, the songs are strong enough, you know, and the more the audiences get to them. I mean, Lord of the Lost and Lonely was down brilliantly every night.
Because it's an older song.
Well, it's not really. It's older. I mean, it's not.
But it's older than the current album.
It's older than the current album. But we're out of step. You see, we're out of step. The way the band came together was that we didn't have an album. We only had Before the Devil Knows You're Dead.
Yeah.
And Michael was using Robin McCauley in America and Michael Voss in Japan and me in Europe. And then he just came out sitting in an airport with him, and he just sat himself down and said, "You and I should really write an album together." And that was the last I heard until 7th of January. These songs started coming through.
Right.
But and then we went on tour before the album was finished. So we're kind of out of step. So we need to just sort of rein it back in so that it's album tour, not tour, album, continue touring. You know, so, and you can't introduce too many new songs at once to get in there. But Before the Devil Knows You're Dead goes down well, because they maybe don't remember the song title initially, but they remember it's the Ronnie Dio song. Or they remember Lord of the Lost and Lonely is the drinking song. I like that drinking song. You know, that kind of thing. So, but they're going down really well. You know, people are getting involved in them and they're singing Live and Let Live. They're singing the chorus with us. Communion, which was the single just before Christmas. You know, they're all singing, "Give me the wine." You know, and that's what it's about.
That's my favourite song on the album.
Yeah.
What's your favourite song on the album to sing live, and what's just generally your favourite song? Are they the same ones?
Yeah, well, I think we pick the ones that we, you know, it's difficult to say. You like them all for different reasons and at different times. I mean, I like Communion very much. You know, I would have had that as the first single. But there are different forces at work now. The artists don't really get to choose what they want to do. You have to be guided by other forces. I think Vigilante Man's a great tune as well. And then of course we have Saviour Machine in the set, which is, you know, which is a big epic piece with some brilliant guitar stuff going on from Michael Wright slap bang in the middle of that. But I was pleased with the album, and I think we could have. There's a lot of double bass stuff going on. So we maybe have 2 or 3 of them in the set, because too much double bass drum was just going to pummel people into the ground. You know, but it's a great album.
I do like a good double bass. Herman's the king of double
Oh yeah,
bass.
he's really got that down.
Can you remember the first time you ever heard of Michael Schenker? Was it with UFO?
It would be UFO. It would be UFO, and it was. We were talking about this yesterday, because people turn up and they bring albums and I had that. The Force album, or No Heavy Petting, or Might Be Lights Out, or whatever. You know, so it'd be along those lines. But I mean, for me, with the likes of the UFO and Lizzie and stuff, I like the live stuff better. I always think that the live album, their live albums, just give it. That's what the band's supposed to sound like, because you only go into the studio and you play it once. By the time it's on the road and you've played it a few times, then it breathes, and that's what it's like. But you don't get a chance to do that anymore. You don't get to try out ideas, because people film it and put it on the internet and the surprise is gone. Yeah. You know, so you don't.
I know exactly where you're coming from. I was a massive MSG fan. Yeah. My favourite MSG album was One Night at Buddha Camp, which was the live album. Yeah. So I know exactly where you're coming from. Yeah. It's totally different these days. I
queued up in Hill Street in Wishaw on a Friday lunchtime to go down and buy the MSG album. I'd never heard of MSG, but Michael was on it, and it was produced by Roger Glover from Deep Purple. Yeah. So, I mean, anything that the Deep Purple guys did when I was 18 or 19 years old, but, you know, you just went and got it anyway. You know, he strung a guitar and that one off. You know, that kind of thing. And that was a great album, and I got it in, I think I got it in clear or white vinyl.
Right.
And a little patch.
Yeah, I remember it being on, it wasn't totally clear, it was
sort of,
in between, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember that one, yeah. When did you first meet Michael, and what was your first impression of him?
Well, I met him, Chris Glenn, the bass player from the Sensational Alex Harvey band, and also with...
And MSG.
And Gillen. He called me up and said, look, we're playing Shivers with Schenker tonight, would you like to come down and sing a song with us? So I just went down and was introduced to Michael, and he said, do you know Dr. Doctor? I said, yeah. So that's what I did. Gary was singing at the time, and I got up and sang with the Doctor. And then what happened was Massimo Cellino, who owns Leeds United, if he still does, he has a birthday party every year in I'm trying to think where it is. Is it Sardinia? It might be Sardinia. And he has a birthday party and invites 3,000 of his closest friends and picks the musicians that he loves to come and play. So the band was Ian Pace, Neil Murray, Don Airey, Chris Slade, Michael, Ken Hensley, and me. You know.
What a band!
And
fantastic.
And they had a couple of Italian singers there who I don't know who they were. But I got up and sang, and then Michael said, "I'd like you to sing a song on my new album. Can you write a song for me?" So we wrote it Before the Devil Knows You're Dead together, which the radio picked up on and really liked. And then he said, "Right, you got to come on tour with me as well." So that's kind of where it snowballed from. And then.
Were you not doing anything at the time?
I was with Tank at the time. I was doing Tank and commercials for Costa Coffee and stuff. You know, all that kind of different things. But I mean, was always looking, you know. And when I got to do Before the Devil Knows You're Dead with Michael, and you know, the thought of doing an album with him was going to be fantastic, you know, because I knew I could bring something to the party. You know, and I knew that we could complement each other after we'd just done that one song, and I think that's what we've done. I think we've written 2 great albums together, and we included Wayne. Wayne brought in his seven string just to give it a different vibe for the Spirit and the Mission album, and it's worked really well.
I was going to ask about Wayne's 7 string. What note is the extra string?
What note?
Yeah. Because obviously you've got a six-string guitar.
Yeah, well, it's a low D. It's a low D.
So instead of doing a drop D, tune
yeah,
to a drop D, it's there already.
It's there already.
Right.
So you get that down there, and it just adds a different drama to it. I mean, it was Wayne. The riff for Saviour Machine was Wayne's. You know, he came up with that, so it gives it something different. Because Michael couldn't write that because he doesn't have that extra string. And I don't know why, but I stole the title of a David Bowie song from The Man Who Sold the World, Saviour Machine, and started working on it. And then when I got to the studio to record it, Michael had put this whole middle section in the middle of it. You know, so it was a nice three-way split for us to write together. You know, just everybody added their own little elements,
and that'll come more to fruition, I suppose, in the next album, won't it?
Yeah, well, I'm sure. I mean, we never kind of plan. We never plan ahead. It's very much like I was saying to you earlier. You know, Michael said we should really write an album together, you and I. All right. And I had the builders starting working the 7th of January, 2014 or 2013 or something. And they're knocking down the walls, and it's Michael, there's going to be 4 or 5 songs winging their way to you. So that's why on Bridge Gap album there's all the songs about where the wild wind blows and ice and cold and wind and stuff. Because it was all like, I'm not sitting trying to record this stuff and all this the snow and stuff's coming in the window. We had builders there for the whole time I wrote that album. We had no central heating, we had no windows, we were just flying in. So that's, you know, because I don't have a plan really, it just happens. You know, have little scraps of paper that will maybe lead you somewhere, or song titles or something, and then whatever's happening that particular day, it'll become a train of thought that maybe doesn't become apparent until later. Right.